So then conservatives, unless something has changed, somebody can let me know. Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens, a couple other ones that I saw, tweeted that Israel bombed a Greek church in Gaza. Candace Owens, we addressed her a little bit before in the whole Kanye West thing. Not just the Kanye with the anti-Jew stuff, but when Kanye said that he was kicked out of Chase Manhattan Bank, JP Morgan Chase, he inferred that it was because of his Jewish, anti-Jewish stuff. And then Candace kind of co-signed on that. And the receipts that we have, article, you can go on our Substack, ibsi.org, click on Africa Israel Weekly. And we made an official statement about Kanye last year. When that happened, it doesn't seem to be true. And I keep saying scenes because we're trying to be careful about how we're going to say this. He talked about this whole thing about the bank thing, and it seemed as though that he had already said publicly that he was leaving that bank. He wanted because they disrespected him, right? So he did two different stories. Candace kind of co-signed on that other story, and our organization put out an actual Substack article and asking clarification publicly. Okay, so this was said, but here what seems to be what actually happened. What's going on? They just left it out there. The Jews. They just blamed it on the Jews. There doesn't seem to be any evidence for that, right? So we're already not cool with that, right? Because that's like, if you go say something, you have some receipts, right? You got some receipts. Don't seem to have no receipts, then we're trying to find out what's actually going on, right? So they tweet this picture, Candace, and Candace retweeted what Charlie Kirk said, and all the on this church and this person died, said, that's a serious charge, right? Come to find out from what we did, just a little quick investigation, the church is completely fine. You'll look at the link that we have there on our Twitter, right? It's actually there's a picture of the church. There was either a weapons cache or something that was nearby. The IDF hit that. Again, the IDF goes through unbelievable measures. Everyone takes unbelievable measures to minimize, if not wholly eliminate, civilian casualties. Right? After the whole October the 7th massacre, the IDF let the Gaza residents know, and they've done this many times before. Y'all need to leave. The IDF has actually escorted Gazans to safer places because they're going to begin to hit some of the targets where Hamas is. And Hamas intentionally puts weapons and other military assets near churches and schools and mosques and daycare centers, and they do that purposefully, ladies and gentlemen, to maximize civilian casualties. And Israel has to do these surgical strikes. Herein lies Israel's dilemma. See, Hamas doesn't care. Hamas kills its own people. They will intentionally fire rockets at their own people so they can blame it on Israel. That happened in 2021, May 2021. Of the 4,000 rockets that were fired, a certain percentage of them hit Gaza, right? Hamas ain't tripping, right? Because they know Yasser Arafat taught them back in the day that dead Palestinian children are good for their media, right? I'm not saying that, but Yasser Arafat was saying when that happens, we'll just tell the world that Israel did. Whether it's true or not, doesn't make any difference, right? And the world's going to eat it up. They say, the Biden administration, that they're concerned about the Gazan civilians. Problem is, when Hamas is killing Gazan civilians, the Biden administration and other administrations before it ain't got nothing to say. Hamas's human rights violations, cool. But if Israel retaliates and something happens, and yes, the Israelis hold themselves to a high standard. That they just do, right? And they're trying to avoid. They're not trying to just kill everybody in Gaza. They're trying to kill Hamas. But if Hamas is surrounded by civilians, now Israel has to try to figure out ways, and it's been doing it for a while. How do I have to go in? But if they just go in, then Hamas is underground and they come out. Here is the dilemma, right? And when something tragically does happen, because if you understand what I'm explaining to you, if Israel's going through everything it can to avoid civilian casualties, it's impossible to avoid them 100%, people. It is impossible. So when inevitably someone is killed who's Palestinian, who wasn't a terrorist, it goes to the news. Hey, this Israel sent this, and they shot over here, and this person got killed, and then it becomes Israel's trying to kill Palestinians. Israel's just killing. That if you can follow what I'm saying, that's not the real story. It's the fact that the civilians are embedded and they are trying to avoid them. So when I told you, the progressives out there tripping, free Palestine, they deep all up on the street, and now you got some conservative influencers. Israel needs to care about Christians. Are y'all kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? Right? I wasn't going to say anything, but now I'm going to say something. Are you serious, dude? I did a quick little search, and there's a church right there. So you're going to use your conservative platform with millions of people to tell people that Israel, okay, so the left is saying that Israel is killing Palestinians, and now the right go talk about Israel killing Christians. I can't with y'all.